What's up, Dolphin Nation? Hope you guys are doing great today. And whenever you see this video, as you can see in today's video title, Miami Dolphins Tyreek Hill talks Tua, McDaniel, and team's future. Also, guys, I have some more updates for you on Jalen Ramsey. This is from Rams Wire, and what Adam Schefter had more to say on the potential trade of Jalen Ramsey. Hopefully this gets resolved in early to mid-July if he stays where he goes, so we don't have this song and dance if we're going to need one or two cornerbacks, because this is a song and dance that has been going on for 2 months already. And then later on, I have some audio of and video of what Teron Armstead, the now former Dolphins, or retired Dolphin left tackle, had to say about Chop Robinson, the second-year defensive end. And I'm going to give my thoughts after we listen to that video. And then video and audio of an interview that Tyreek Hill did with the former college standout, which now has a podcast called Glory Days, Johnny Mansell, as he covers, like I said, talks about Tua, talks about McDaniel, talks about the team's future and his future. And we'll listen to about 16 minutes and 42 seconds of that interview and then go from there. But let's go ahead and talk to you about what Adam Schefter had to say. Let me go ahead and tell you what Adam Schefter had to say, and then we'll get to the Teron Armstead thing. Schefter, Rams continue to float around the Jalen Ramsey idea sweepstakes. There's no set deadline for Jalen Ramsey to be traded, but the Miami Dolphins would probably like to move him before training camp starts in July. Adam Schefter of ESPN mentioned recently that he expects a trade to happen ahead of camp. There's no clear frontrunner in the hunt for the veteran cornerback. The Rams remain in the mix, and Sean McVay isn't ruling out anything. But as each day passes, it seems less likely that they'll make a splash for Ramsey. On Tuesday, Schefter shared the latest on Ramsey's future, saying that the Rams continue to float around, as do the Chargers. Here's what he said on ESPN Radio. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers checked in. I'm not so sure that Pittsburgh is going to be the destination. In fact, if I had to guess, I would say Pittsburgh would not be the likely destination, Schefter said. I think when you're trying to figure out a home for Jalen Ramsey, two teams make sense, and we'll see how it plays out. Would both be Los Angeles, be it the Chargers or the Rams? I know people have brought up the Rams, and the Rams just continue to float around out there. It would have to work financially for both sides, and I think that's a possibility still. But I think LA in general is a possibility. Ramsey still spends a lot of time in Los Angeles, recently making the trip to the West Coast, where he was spotted working out at USC and UCLA. He would presumably like to play for the Rams again after enjoying his stint with the organization, which is why so many people think they're a logical landing spot. In the next month, there should be a resolution to the situation. Potentially the Rams bringing back the star cornerback. All right, there you guys have it. Adam Schefter believes it's going to be either the Chargers or the Rams. But the Rams would have to move some pieces to get Ramsey back to them. And the Chargers could absorb, like I said in another video, could absorb Ramsey's salary. I think what's holding it up is that the salary and the fact that I think Greer and Mike McDaniel and the top brass believe that they should get more for Ramsey in return and that they don't want to eat a lot of the salary. I think that's what the holdup is. We'll see where Ramsey ends up. Again, if Adam Schefter believes it's going to be LA bound either way, we'll see which LA team comes up with it. or if there's a surprise team that nobody expects that will trade for Jalen Ramsey. I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll give you, if there's any more updates, there might be another update within another video in the near future. All right, guys, let's go ahead and play what Teron Armstead had to say about Chop Robinson. I'm going to go ahead and play the audio and video for you guys, and then I'll comment on it.
Like, Von Millerism. Ooh, okay. He has that.
Von Millerisk.
Chop Robinson.
Von Millerism.
Von Millerism.
Has that.
Von Miller like
he started off the year
Von Millerism.
Really slow.
Ooh, okay. He
the
has
second
that.
half of the season,
Slip Hop has that. He started off the year slow, really slow. The second half of the season, Chop was arguably the best pass rusher in the league.
He's getting more
his get off is elite. His ability to bend is elite. He's learning more about the game. He's getting more cerebral. He's having a plan. He's going to start the year off. He's blazing. Coming out the gate this year. You get Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips out there with him, so can take some of the attention off of him. He get more one-on-one opportunities. I can see him leading the league in sacks. Maybe not this year.
He didn't have big sack numbers coming out of school. People were questioning him, and I remember that draft process. Everyone talking about the freak athletic ability. Is there a moment that stands out where you said, hey, this dude is just different because of the traits?
You've seen it early. OTAs, you've seen him just move. Because he coming from the same school as Michael Parsons. So you had the Michael Parsons comparison. I don't really see the Michael Parsons comparison as a player. I see more Von Miller. So I see the movement ability. Once he was able to start putting things together throughout the season, you saw the production.
All right, guys, there you have what Teron Armstead, the former left tackle of the Miami Dolphins, thinks about Chop Robinson. Ironically, he wears the same number that Von Miller wears, which is 44. Let me know if you guys agree with that assessment from Teron Armstead. He should be in the Hall of Fame sometime soon. He may go in as a Saint or a Dolphin, but we'll see if it comes true to what Teron had to say. So now I'm going to go ahead and play the interview that Tyreek Hill had with Johnny Manziel on the Glory Days podcast. I'm going to play 16 minutes of the interview where he covers Mike McDaniel, the culture change supposedly that's going to happen to and its future.
My guy here.
That's not enough energy for me, man. I'm the energy guy on the Dolphins, dog. Let's go.
Man, so episode of the pod, Glory Days. My guy right now is firmly in his glory days. You know, we always have to start a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about these races we've been hearing about off the field a little bit.
Oh.
I know you and Noah Lyles been going back and forth a little bit. You know, the race that never was so far. You know, for those in the audience that don't know, talk to me about a little bit of a rivalry between you and Noah Lyles. Talk about this race a little bit about who may be the fastest man in the U.S.
I fucking hate Noah Lyles, dog. Yo, this fucking dude, bro. Like, so, I got a ton of respect for Noah Lyles, ton of respect. But as far as like me, like competing against him or whatever, I fucking hate the dude, bro. Obviously, he's the fastest guy in America or whatever, but
allegedly.
But I'm here to prove differently, dog. I feel like football speed and track speed, the track world been saying that football speed is different, and I'm like, bro, I'm here to change that narrative to say, hey, I'm a former track guy that plays football at a high level, and I'm here to say that football guys can run track. Like, we can really go to the track and really take over their sport.
Anywhere, anytime?
Anywhere, anytime, bro.
You think this race actually happens one day?
Yes, it will. The crazy part about it is when he actually said the race was canceled, we're still in long talks about contract negotiations, about time, location, and stuff like that. So looking to get it done somewhere near towards like the end of the off season. Really looking forward to it. I've been training my tail off, man. I actually got a race next week. I'm hoping to break sub 10. My first race I ran a 10-1. So I'm just looking to break sub 10 in my next race.
I mean, that's in the track world. Do you feel like there's anybody on an NFL field or an NFL roster that's giving you any challenge?
No. Not a chance. See, a lot of people say, oh, Xavier Worthy ran a 4.2, and I'm like, no. He also ran a 10.5 and 100.
If you're going back to the combine right now, what do you feel like you're running a 40 in?
I run a 4.2 right now at 31 years old, and I'm 10 years in the league.
In the slides?
Of course, in the slides, bro, in the Prada slides, bro, of course. Oh, by the way, we must got a bunch of Bills fans in the crowd because there's no reaction at all. Where's the energy at, bro? Let's go.
He says he'll track you right now.
My guy.
I'm gonna take Reek on that one. You know, at Coffee High School in Georgia, you were at a 10.1 in the 100 meter.
Yeah.
And a 20.1 in the 200 meter. You were the youngest person under 18 to ever run it at that time. You know, do you remember that exact moment where you were like, "Damn, maybe I should be a track guy instead of a football guy"?
Hell no. Man, I played football my whole entire life, man. I was just a country boy. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on a farm, riding horses and stuff like that, and I just so happened to run a 10.1 and a 20.1. You know what I'm saying, being raised off grandma's cornbread and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, never once in the back of my head where I thought I was supposed to be running track. You know what I'm saying? Because my family, my background is all football. My granddad played football. My dad played basketball, but my whole family played football.
You know, to bring it back to the football stuff, you know, last year, tough year for you guys a little bit. Wrist injury, Tua injury. How you feeling going into the offseason and this upcoming season?
Bro, this is going to be our best year ever, man. Coach is doing a real good job of, getting guys, the OTAs, showing up to mandatory stuff. And our team is a whole lot closer. The thing about being in Miami is very hard to, get guys to actually come together and do things. But this is actually the year that, we can do something special, man. And I'm really hoping that we sign Jalen Ramsey back, dog, because he's a great leader on the defensive side of the ball. And just being able to do something special in Miami and win a playoff game after 25 years, I think that's something that he doesn't want to miss out on, man. So, Miami fans, man, can we give it up for that, man? Playoff win, dog. We got to get to that, man. That's something that, you know what I'm saying?
His mentality seems to be in a better place. He seems like now he's hyping up the Dolphins and McDaniel and the whole team and Tua again after the outburst he had last season. It seems like he's hyping up the Dolphins all over again. So it seems like his mentality is better in that aspect. Let's continue with the interview.
Talk to my mom about every day that, you know what I'm saying, like, I take pride in that. Like, as being one of the leaders on this team, like, I not only want to do it for myself, man, but, you know what I'm saying, I want to do it for the fans. I want to do it for the community of Miami, dog, because it's special to me, dog. Like, I don't know, man. It's just something different about me, dog. I just feel different. Like, I just feel like if I don't do it, I'm basically just collecting the check, and I don't want to feel like that.
No, it's more than that. You know, what's your recruiting pitch right now to Jalen to try and lure him back in?
Oh, I'm going to hang out with Ramsey next week, man. So I'm going to get him back in
full court press.
Full court press.
As you can see, his attitude is better from when we saw the loss to the Jets last season. He's now even claiming he's going to try to get Ramsey to come back to the Dolphins. We'll see what happens.
So I'm getting Ramsey back in a Dolphins jersey. I don't care what they say, tampering, whatever. But we need Ramsey, dog. He's a dog. He's one of the best corners in the league, man. A great leader, a great teammate too, though. So that's what he doesn't get a lot of credit for, man, because me and him both going on year 10, and we just need him on the Dolphins.
You know, as you look around the NFL right now, you got to be, as being a receiver, you got to be proud of what the current state of the wide receiver kind of position looks like all the way around the league.
Oh, man, it's
the
great.
league is in good hands when it comes to wide receiver position.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at around the league? Like some guys that are like, damn.
You're talking about Mike McDaniel there, guys.
Obviously, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas, those guys, man. So the league.
All right, there you guys have it. Leave me your thoughts down below. What do you think what we covered in this video? And I'll talk to you soon. Like always, stay positive, stay on your diet, and go Dolphins.